Smart, smart, do. We are the children, the children of God. Come, come, come. We change our world. We have what it takes to do it smart and make it smart. Welcome to our Smart Do.
Welcome our grade 4s for today's CRA lesson. I hope you're well. Now we are still going on with the miracles that were performed by Jesus. Earlier on we looked at the miracle of healing of blind Bartimaeus. Now today we're going to look at the healing of the 10 lepers. 10 lepers. Now it's important first of all we know who are lepers. Who are lepers? Now, in the Bible, we have many instances where we are told about lepers. And these people were suffering from a serious skin disease. And the disease in full was referred to as leprosy. Now, this disease caused the falling of the fingers and the toes if it was very, very severe. So what will happen to these people who are suffering from this disease? They will be cast away. They used to stay on their own. Why? This disease could spread very easily, from one person to another. So therefore, these people who are suffering from leprosy or the lepers will always be kept away, far from other people. Now, in the book of Luke, we read about this story whereby Jesus came across these lepers. He was traveling to Jerusalem. He was going towards Jerusalem. And as he got to the gate of Jerusalem, he had people calling him. He had people calling him. So when he had these people calling him, what did Jesus do? Jesus asked them what they wanted. Jesus asked them what they wanted. And what did they want? Of course, because they had been cast away and they used to say by themselves, because of this disease, they wanted Jesus to do what? To heal them. And so what did they do? They asked Jesus to have pity on them. Jesus to have pity on them. Now, what does this show? Now, this shows that these men believed. These men believed in Jesus, and they knew that Jesus would heal them, or Jesus had the power to heal them. And so, what happens next? Jesus, after they had talked to Jesus, Jesus sent them to show themselves to the priests. Now, what usually happened during those days, if one got healed from such a serious disease, the priests, you had to be taken to the priest so that they could confirm that surely you had been healed. So they had their ways of confirming that you had been healed from this disease. And that is why Jesus sends them to the priest so that the priests can confirm that they had been healed. Now, along the way, one notices that he is healed. One notices that he is healed. He has already been healed. Then what happens from that? He does not even get to where he's going. He goes back to Jesus and thanks him for what he had done to them. He falls on his knees and thanks Jesus for healing them. Now, what does Jesus do when this man does that? He wonders, where are the other 9? Where are the other 9? Yet there were 10 of them when they were calling out for Jesus. And Jesus was very pleased with this man who came back, and he told him, your faith has healed you. So therefore, we can see that Jesus was very appreciative of this man who did what? Who came back to tell him thank you because of healing him. Now, what does this story of Jesus healing the 10 lepers teach us? What does this story of Jesus healing the 10 lepers teach us? Now, this story teaches us that we should be thankful. We should be thankful. Whenever people do good to us, it is always important that we appreciate them. We appreciate the good done to us. Number 2, we should have faith. Faith in Jesus and God. Now, these men were calling out, and they were calling out on Jesus. Why? Because they believed that Jesus will heal them of their diseases. And therefore, we should have faith. Whenever we call to God, whenever we call to Jesus, we should believe that He's going to give us whatever we are asking from Him. Number 3, we should obey. We should obey God's commands. Now, Jesus commanded these men to go to show themselves. They go and show themselves to the priest. And therefore, that means by going, they were obeyed. They were told, go. And they obeyed. And that is what made them healed. That is what made them healed. Maybe if they would not have obeyed to go to the priest, things would not have turned out as they expected. And also, we should remember to ask God to give us whatever we want, because He has the power, He has the authority to give us whatever we want. As long as we trust in Him, and we believe and have faith in Him, He will be ready to give us whatever we want. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Have a good time. Bye-bye. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 4. What does God tell us? Now God says, I will give up whole nations to save your life. So you can see how important we are to God, how God values us, that He will give up a whole nation to save us, to save our life. I will give up the whole nation to save your life, because you are precious to me, and because I love you and give you honor. So God gives us honor. We are honored by everyone and by everything. And so if God gives us all that honor, why are we not able to value ourselves? Why are we not to be aware of ourselves? So therefore, let us understand ourselves. Let us know ourselves. And by doing all that, we shall be able to accomplish what God intended for us. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Have a good time. Bye-bye.